What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Coaster Freak Jr. here, and today I'm coming at you guys with another Top Thrill Dragster update video. Since I made the last video, a lot has happened with updates and speculation going around the web, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So first off, the first thing we need to get into is talking about this picture of Top Thrill Dragster's sign being removed. The sign is no longer on Top Thrill Dragster. Also, the Dragster car that was sat in the front is also gone, and another thing that is gone is the launch cable on the launch of Top Thrill Dragster. Now that actually happened around the same time I made the first video, but I still want to include it because I did not include it in the first video. Also, if you have gone to Cedar Point recently, you'll also see that there is that there is a new privacy fence around the queue and the launch area of Top Thrill Dragster, so you can no longer look and see in Top Thrill Dragster by the launch area, queue area, and the brake run. Also, there has been videos going around of workers actually standing on top of the track by the launch area and doing some kind of work. So I think that pretty much confirms that there's not going to be an hydraulic launch anymore. I mean, I know some people are still wanting it to stay, and some people were saying, oh well, maybe they took the cable away to, because they do maintenance and they switch it out every so often throughout the season. But I think that cable is gone. RIP to the hydraulic launch, RIP to Top Thrill Dragster, because there was some people saying that I was saying that Cedar Point is not bringing back the ride Top Thrill Dragster. No, I'm saying that the name Top Thrill Dragster is retired, but not the ride itself. Like, the ride experience is going to change, but Top Thrill Dragster, the name is retired, not the ride, if you get what I'm saying. Hope that makes sense. I also want to talk about some of the comments that you guys left on the last video because they were absolutely amazing. Let's talk about this comment right here. Knowing that they only fenced off the queue, launch, and station areas, but if they were to make it taller, half the tower would have to be re-engineered by Intamin. With their rocky relationship, I don't think that would happen. I would rather for CP to keep the tower and make an original coaster from it, what is there, unless the relationship with Intamin has gotten better and they want to spend the money making it taller. Now that brings up a great point from the homeboy Timothy. I definitely do not think that Top Thrill Dragster is going to get taller or faster, which is unfortunate because I know me and a lot of other people were hoping that Cedar Point would do something like that. But also with that relationship with Intamin, I think there is a possibility that Intamin will come in and actually help with the reimagining of Top Thrill Dragster, but I definitely do not see them going taller or faster. And let's look at another comment that points out some more reasons as why Cedar Point would probably not do that. I think 500 feet is out of the question because they need better footers for the added height. You might as well add a new entire ride at that point. Wouldn't this be the tallest LSM coaster if they changed the launch in queue? Thank you for the comment, DenDog22. You made a great point there, and I'm actually about to touch on that subject a little more right after this final comment. Nice. I personally have mixed feelings about what they're going to do, but I don't know how Cedar Fair is with saying stuff like that and not doing it. You brought up a great point there, 0010 plays. Just like the homie 0010 plays just said, I have mixed feelings about this whole situation because I don't feel like Cedar Fair would go and use the phrasing that they did in the retirement post of Top Thrill Dragster, because they basically have given everyone the consensus that something big is coming, and to give everybody that idea and that feeling and then not deliver on it just would, for one, be disappointing, but also just doesn't seem like something Cedar Fair would do because they haven't done that in the past. Now this brings us to the fun part in the video, the speculation part, the fortune telling part, the future predicting part. Again, as always, none of this is confirmed information. This is me speculating and taking ideas from around the internet and putting it into a video. Let's go. Okay guys, so I'm standing firm by what I say with the space theming idea. I definitely think Top Thrill Dragster is going to be reimagined and themed to something to do with space. Now this is my personal idea, and I've seen some other people saying similar things on the internet, which we'll get to in a second here. I think Top Thrill Dragster's launch is going to be completely enclosed in a tunnel, and it's going to have flashing lights, probably like kind of like an auditorium, maybe some light effects, some stars, some planets. I don't know, you could do a lot of things in there with the tunnel. I think the station of Top Thrill Dragster is going to be rethemed to some kind of spaceship name, something to deal with Star Trek, Star Wars, of course not directly for copyright reasons, but I think it's going to have like a super cool name, maybe like the Falcon or the Star Destroyer, something insane, right? And they're gonna launch it. You're gonna have the LSM sound effects. Imagine if it's like a rocket ship taking off, right? And it's like this, you have the station of Top Thrill Dragster, and then the whole entire launch track until you get to the bottom of that top hat where you launch up the hill. It's all enclosed. So it's sound effects, it's lights, is like a maybe like a countdown, like T-10, you know, blah blah blah, 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0, and then you launch with the launch sound effects, the LSMs, magnets, the sound of the LSM launch system echoing throughout that tunnel, and then maybe you have some smoke in there. I don't know if you guys have seen those rides like down in Universal Studios that have the smoke effect with, like, you know, like it would simulate like a rocket launch. There would be lots of smoke in the area. You do the whole entire area up over there like a freaking dance party, and what, you know, like where you see the lights and the spotlights and the lasers going off. Not only would there be effects inside the tunnel, but effects on the outside of the tunnel as well, to give the people that, if you keep the bleachers there or people are walking by, they get to have that special effects and reimagined ride experience even though they're not actually on the ride. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And of course, with this new space theme, you would have to come with a new paint color. I'm thinking something like space, like either an all black or like a dark blue. I'm thinking something like a dark blue track, or no, all black track, and then that would really make it easier to light it up. And that brings me into the very first comment I want to talk about here. Something space-based, enclosed as much as possible in the tunnels, excluding the hill. Paint it black and don't light the whole hill up at night. Instead, light the track up as the trains travel over it, making it a more unique ride experience. So basically, I 100% agree with that idea. I think a dark black color, maybe with blue supports, and then have the flashing lights like follow the train up the hill. So you have the ride experience in the tunnel, and then you have the ride experience up the hill, and then you have the off-ride experience for everybody viewing it. I think that would be a total amazing idea with the lights, the sounds, and then imagine every single time that new ride, I don't know what's going to be called, but every single time Top Thrill Dragster Reimagined goes up that tall 420-foot top hat, from anywhere in the park you see the freaking light show that's going on in the sky of the lights following the train up and down the track. And with the higher, I'm assuming the way they would still go for that whole idea of redesigning the block sections and bringing a higher capacity, with it being an LSM launch, more reliability. So that means those trains are constantly up, down, up, down. You can freaking launch Top Thrill Dragster all day long. Hardly no downtime, especially at night. It would be rocking and bumping and thumping. That park would be crazy during summer nights and hollow weekend chill outs, bro. Like, oh, not, is it chill outs? Hollow weekends. I don't know why I say chill outs, but that would be freaking insane. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I loved riding Top Thrill Dragster, but as much as I loved riding it, I loved watching it. Just watching it was so amazing. So if they do something like this idea and update the on and off ride experience, oh my gosh, freaking amazing. But I've also heard a lot of people talking about they want like a TTDT, which would be Top Thrill Dragster Disaster Transport, except for we just don't add the D, or it could be like TTDDT, but either way, that's not happening. I'm sorry, I know I said we dream big here on this channel, but they're not keeping the name Top Thrill Dragster. They're just not, because when they said Top Thrill Dragster as you know it is going to be retired, that means the name Top Thrill Dragster is going to be retired, and they're going to offer a new innovation with the ride experience. That means they're keeping the top hat and they're going to change everything else. Now, this is, of course, it's speculation, of course. Don't take this as facts, but I'm pretty sure they don't want anything to do with the name Top Thrill Dragster, especially after the accident. They want to start fresh and open up and just bring something fresh, new, and exciting to the park. And this brings me to my very final point of the video. Really fast, before I touch on the final part of the video, I also just remembered there was a lot of people saying that the reason they would not want to launch enclosed is because people love to watch it and they love sitting there and you know, watching Top Thrill Dragster launch, and that's what made Top Thrill Dragster, you know, better in their opinion over King Ka. And it's like, you do not have to do a launch like the enclosed launch the whole way down the track. You can do it halfway down the track, you could move the bleachers down a little bit, redo that whole area, right? Or I also saw somebody suggest do like a Velocicoaster with the TV screens, or like you could do like a two-way mirror effect where you can see in the launch tunnel but you can't see out of it. Like there's a lot of different ways you can still do a launch tunnel and still keep that outside ride experience of watching the coaster launch. Or so like there's so many different ideas. You could do like a light show on the outside with the TV screens, and then like each segment of track it hits, the lights light up on the outside of the tunnel. There's a lot you can do. So just because the launch might be enclosed, or if it does go enclosed, that does not mean that the outside off-ride experience has to be bad now. But also getting into the final point now. Now, we were saying before, like, oh, the wording that Cedar Point used when it came to Top Thrill Dragster and reimagining it and retiring the name, reimagining it, blah, 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 right? We're like, okay, they have to come with something big. They got us excited. They got us on edge. They got us talking and thinking. That's what they want us to do. So what are they going to hit us with? I said in my last video, it's going to be a record breaker. I think we all can agree 500 feet, fastest roller coaster in the world, tallest roller coaster in the world, is probably more than likely not going to happen. But what can they do to bring in more general public riders and more enthusiasts to this park when Top Thrill Dragster reopens as its new branded roller coaster? What is that record that Cedar Point can say that they have? Because you know they're all about records. Tallest, fastest LSM roller coaster in the world. That's right, they're gonna mark it as the tallest and fastest LSM roller coaster in the world. That's pretty much it. Like, what else can they do? I don't know. I'm sure Cedar Point will find some other like world record breakers to add in there as well, but I think they're gonna go for the tallest, fastest LSM roller coaster launch in the world. So that's pretty much it. So let's recap everything we talked about here. It's gonna get space themed is our speculations here. Space themed, probably black or dark blue. Lots of lights, lots of sound effects, maybe even some smoke, lots of visuals. Basically, it's going to be enclosed launch system with the LSM's tallest, fastest LSM launch coaster in the world. They're going to redo the brake run and block sections to run at a higher capacity to make up for the shortening of the train, so they can be lighter and whip, well, I don't know about whip over that top hat, but make it over that top hat. And the LSM magnets will probably still be going up to the part of the top hill like El Toro Ryan said before in the previous video. So that's pretty much all we have here today for the update and speculation of Top Thrill Dragster and the reimagining of it. It's been your boy Coaster Freak Jr. here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the first video as well, because there was some very good points I made in that last video. And as always, don't forget to continue to always ride roller coasters. Let's go.